You've all probably seen this video doing the rounds on Twitter of a young white chap being beaten to death by, well, let's just go into the article. Hero teen Jonathan Lewis beaten to death in organised brawl over headphones and vape. 8 suspects were taken into custody this week following the death of Jonathan Lewis Jr., 17, who died last week after a group of juveniles viciously beat him to death over stolen wireless headphones and a weed pen, police said. Pardon. The department is still working to identify 2 suspects. Police this week arrested 8 teens in connection to the death of Jonathan Lewis Jr., the 17-year-old who was beaten to death by a group of his peers over stolen wireless headphones and a cannabis vape pen. The severe altercation happened earlier this month when a group of 15 teens repeatedly stomped and attacked Jonathan near Rancho High School in Las Vegas. Shocking footage captured the group attack earlier this week. The Clark County Coroner's Office said the victim died from complications of multiple blunt force injuries. Authorities said there are 8 suspects in custody who are expected to face murder charges, all are aged between 13 and 17. So they were booked into Clark County Juvenile Hall. Clark County Juvenile Hall. The LVMPD says it was still trying to identify 2 additional juveniles involved in the fight. It plans to release photos at a later time. The initial 911 calls came in after a passerby found Jonathan unconscious and delivered him over to Rancho High, where school district staff administered emergency aid until medical services arrived. Officers responding to calls of a student scuffle performed CPR on Jonathan, who still appeared to be unconscious. LVMPD officials released information the following day explaining the student was transported by medical professionals to University Medical Center, where he remained in critical condition until his death last week, according to KTNB. One of the perpetrators recorded the assault and uploaded the scene to social media. Police say that they are actively investigating. Clark County School District officials say that they are assisting with the investigation and condemned any violence against their students. This week, the school district said in a statement. Sorry, it's starting to get late and I'm getting tired. This week, the school district said in a statement, all of CCSD grieves the loss of any student. While we cannot provide additional information, this is an active police investigation. Please know that district leadership and school police are working with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and the district attorney's office, so those involved are held accountable for their actions. Notice anything, LVMPD is the lead investigative agency. CCSD does not tolerate violence or threats to students or their safety. We all must come together as a community to address the needs of our students, so disagreements are resolved through dialogue rather than violence. The victim's father, Jonathan Lewis Sr., released a statement last week on the day his son was pronounced dead. Today at 11:26 a.m, my son was pronounced dead, he lamented. He will always be so loved as his dad. I'll forever hold him in my heart, shine even brighter, love even more, and work all my life to bring peace to this world. Jonathan Sr. had a turbulent week following his son's death. The father waited for about 2 weeks for police to name suspects, despite the video of the scuffle going viral. Additionally, the county coroner hadn't provided any updates in the case until this week. And here we are, that's the end of the article. To be completely fair, I see the attackers as victims of an absolutely broken system. I mean, if anything, it's the guy's fault. It's the victim's fault. It absolutely is. That he was white. That was, and that was his biggest crime, which is bad. It's terrible. Can't believe some people out there are being white and stuff like that. And then you've got like 15 guys stomping on him. You know that 15 guys stomping on someone will probably kill them. Like, you're aware of that. You know that, yeah. I mean, any average person with more than 20 IQ points can usually figure that out, but no, apparently not these absolute little gremlins that are running around beating people. And even though they are going to get charged with murder, nah, they'll be out in a few years because they are poor victims of a broken system. And if anything, it was Jonathan Lewis's fault that they beat him up and killed him.